Welcome back to Discovery Week. This week we've already shown you how a tram works, but today we'll be going behind the scenes and showing you a bit more about how the tramway is maintained. It takes a lot more than you might think. So let's get started. What does it take to maintain a tramway? As you can imagine, it takes a lot of hard work to maintain this 3-mile tramway. We have buildings, tracks, trams and land to take care of. Seaton Tramway currently has 3 stations: Seaton Station, Colliford Station and Collerton Station, with 2 new halts due to be opened soon. This is all part of our 3 miles of track, which is also home to 14 trams. All this needs to be maintained and managed throughout the year to ensure the continuation of our tram service and our fantastic offer here at Seaton Tramway. But where does that start? The engineering department is in charge of all engineering and operations at Seaton Tramway, and at their head is our engineering manager Lee. His job is to report to the chief executive and is responsible for all matters relating to the maintenance of existing property, trams, track and overhead. The engineering manager is responsible for all that matters relating to engineering staff, including recruitment, discipline, rosters and work organisation. Lee has an entire team of engineers and volunteers underneath him to help with this magnificent job. As part of his team is an operations manager, track engineers, tramcar engineers and engineers as general. The operations manager reports to the engineering manager and is responsible for tramcar operation, the supervision, recruiting, training and organising all of the drivers, paid and volunteered. The operations manager also draws up rosters and timetables and administers changes when necessary, ensuring that driving standards remain high at all times, liaising with engineering manager on all operation matters. Track engineers undertake all track work and routine overhead work under the direction of the engineering manager. This is done by our track engineer Stuart and his trainee Felix. Our engineers undertake general engineering tasks under the direction of the engineering manager. This includes servicing the trams, maintaining the trams and working in the workshop, including some woodwork. As part of his team, we also have an apprentice, Harry. Here is Harry to tell you more about his apprenticeship at Seaton Tramway.
I'm a mechanical engineer apprentice at Seaton Tramway. So that role involves learning the skill sets of the tramway, so how to service a tram, how to use the machinery to fabricate things in case a tram needs a certain component fitting to it. Also going to college 2 days a week to learn valuable skill sets that you might need to know when you're in the workplace. It's a bit of both, so we're in a workshop occasionally, then we really do theory-based work in a classroom, learning different things about engineering, so electrical, hydraulic, pneumatic systems, and also health and safety and CAD engineering. So at the moment I'm doing year 2, so that's assignment-based work where we get assignments set on the work we learn in the classroom-based theory work, and then we do assignments on the different things that we get taught. So we've got a learning journal which is on the college website, doing a kind of underlining what we do here and the different skills we're learning, so the college know what to base our learning off. So it's a 3-year apprenticeship, but it's 4 years altogether with the college as well. Obviously learning a lot of new skills and how to fit in a workplace. It's really different kind of knowledge to when I was back in school and stuff like that. Yeah, go for it, you're learning a lot more skills and you learn a lot of different things in different workplaces, especially something like Seaton Tramway where it's very unique and it's kind of, you're learning skill sets that not many people know about, so it's, going for something like this, it's a very good thing to go for. Once I finish my apprenticeship, hopefully I can stay on at Seaton Tramway, continuing to service and maintain the trams that we've got here. The previous 2 apprenticeships that took place here have become the engineering manager and the engineering deputy manager, so there's definitely job prospects at Seaton Tramway that I can hopefully fulfil in the future. If I was eventually to leave Seaton Tramway, there's a couple of avenues I can go down, so I can go do the mainline railway, doing track or signal boxes or something like that, due to having experience within the railway industry. I can also go on to other light railway kind of industries, so other tramways if they became available. Or can go on to steam railway due to knowing the heritage side of the industry and also having experience within the railway.
So what needs maintaining? We have carbon trolley shoes, which is a piece of carbon that acts as a conductor for the trolley pole contacting the overhead wire. These need changing every 400 miles, or whenever they get worn down. We have brake shoes. These average about 10,000 miles. We have wheel sets. These average anywhere between 75 to 100,000 miles. And every tram goes through a general service every 600 miles. Out on the track with Felix and Stuart, the track gets checked every 14 days. As you may notice, our track is a unique gauge. Our gauge is 2'9", which as far as we're aware, is the only gauge of its kind around the world. The track lays on top of sleepers. Our sleepers are made of treated wood and they're expected to have a lifetime of around 30 years. Currently, we're trialling some new plastic ones, which are said to last up to 100 years. Tamping is one of the best ways to make sure the track stays straight, level and aligned and avoids any twisting. Recently, we purchased a brand new tamping machine which speeds up the job that Felix and Stuart do considerably. Previously, this was all done by hand, and before Felix, Stuart would have to do this on his own. Each section of track is typically expected to last around 40 years, and recently you may have seen online that we replaced the track crossing the Colliford crossing on the A3052. Brand new traction poles and overhead line, including new points at Colliford, and new electrics were installed. What happens if we stopped maintenance? Well, the first thing that would happen is vegetation would overgrow. This would cause drainage problems and would create flooding points. The loops could seize and stop working, corrosion would take place, safety would be compromised, and the track could buckle. So our track team has to prevent that. Thank you for joining us at Seaton Tramway today. I hope you've discovered a little bit more about the maintenance of the tramway and what it really takes to keep this trams on the track. Join us next time where we'll be talking about Seaton Tramway's operations. Thanks again for watching. COVID-19 and the lockdown has created difficult times across the industries we share with heritage railways and leisure. Railways and tramways like ours survive because of the amazing support we get from our visitors and passengers through donations and ticket sales. In a time where people are rightly self-isolating, charities' futures can be put at risk. If you'd like to support us here at Seaton Tramway, you can donate, purchase a gift voucher or loyalty card, or visit our shop, all via tram.co.uk. Discovery Week is made possible by the National Lottery Heritage Fund.